Hello, 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 my lovelies. Welcome back to, yeah, I can't sing, but don't watch that. Welcome back to my channel, Risha's Tarot. Good morning, good night if it's nighttime in your area, good evening if it's evening time area, good afternoon if it's the afternoon in your area. So, or your country, I should say. We have three options to choose from. Oh wait, first, what am I talking about? Let's talk about the title. So the title right now, the question we have in mind is, what do people love about me? What do people find attractive about me? You know, like, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, my previous readings, I was just feeling a lot of like jealousy, um, energy, and it was just some nasty energy. And I'm just tired of doing like readings like that. Obviously, I can't help if that comes up, I'm gonna say, right? But I just want some good vibes. So I was like, let's do a good vibes reading. Hopefully, none of that jealousy stuff is gonna pop up. But if we're looking at the good attributes to you, it just might. So and it's like a bit of an emotional boost as well, because some of you may be feeling a bit down, like what are my good qualities? So we're gonna find out what your good qualities are. You already know, but there may be some aspects to you that you didn't think was that attractive that other people find very, very attractive. And this could be romantic and in a platonic sense, so it's very broad. Anyway, the point is, we have three options. We have the pumpkin charm, which is pile number one, the snowflake charm, which is pile number two, and the hat charm, which is pile number three. Pumpkin, snowflake, hat. One, two, three. Okay. I'm going to do the pumpkin one first. So let's do this. Cool. So from the charm, guys, straight off, you guys are quite goofy. It's not in a bad way. It's just, when people having like a really serious day, something has gone a bit, when you have them relaxed days and then you have those serious days where there's a lot to do, and then it just puts a downer on the day. You're always able to, be quite humorous, even if that's the situation, even if it's a very serious day. You're kind of, when to be serious, right? But then you know how to lift everyone's spirits by being the humorous person that you are. A lot of you may like to dress up. Um, so people love that about you, and you don't even care if it appears a bit too much, because I don't know, I'm getting Halloween from this this pumpkin. So a lot of you guys dress in a way that maybe not everyone else dresses like, and or you just very out there. But is and some you get the haters that are like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, Hannah One is doing too much. Like, who told them to go outside like that? Like, why are they dressed like that? But there's a lot of people that are like, I like their confidence. That's what we need. We need confidence, like pound number one. And they like that you're brave enough to try these different styles, these different hairstyles, these different clothing styles. It may not be very popular in your area or your country, but you still do it. It may not be very popular in your community, but you still wear it. So what's good? What's good? You guys might have like a lot of piercings or a lot of tattoos, and then everyone's just kind of like, what's that all about? That's a bit too much. But then there's some people that are like, you brave pound number one. I like that. I like that. And if it's not tattoos and piercings, it's just your clothes sense is a bit different. But people love it. They love it. And if they tell you they don't, they're hating, because it's because they don't have the confidence to wear certain things like you do. So yeah. You guys know how to have a good time. So when people invite you to parties, you turn up. And that is an understatement. Like, you know how to have a good time. Even if you are, a quiet person, you don't necessarily have to be loud to have a good time, right? So when it's time for you to be, go partying or go to celebrations like birthdays, weddings, you turn up. You understood the assignment and you completed it. You said, yes, I'm turning up because this is what I'm supposed to do at this event, and let's all have fun and let's all let go and be goofy, because why not, right? And you're not even forcing it, that's just how you are naturally. So yeah, it's amazing. Okay, some of you, that was random, some of you are a bit scary. Now, let me explain this. Some of you are quite intimidating, and it works out for some people. You guys are like, I don't even try to be intimidating. Okay, but let's say like you're with your friends and then something happens where they could be in danger because someone's trying to be, a bit of a bully. You're just like, oh no, don't try that because I'll actually punch you in your face. Don't even try that. Don't try come for my friend because it can get violent out here. Or if some of you aren't even violent, you're just like, because obviously I'm guessing there's a lot of spiritual people watching this. So there might be some of you that aren't really violent and you're just kind of like, I don't think you should mess with me today because I'm not the one. So it's kind of scary. You guys go from goofy and fun to very serious and intimidating sometimes, and people are like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? You went from 0 to 100. Where's the 50? Where's the 50? There's no lead up. Is 1 minute like you're cool, but if someone tries you, you just switch to, I'm sorry, who do you think you are? Do you want to, I don't know if you want to play that game with me because we can get serious. I know I'm goofy and that, but you see if people try me, I can get serious very quick. Do not play yourself out here. So people are like, oh, okay. Some people are scared because they don't know when to joke with you and they don't know when you're serious. So they're just like, okay. But they like that because, it gives variety. You're not a boring person. You're different, not different, but you just have, it's an alter ego. Yeah, some of you have an alter ego. That's it. Yeah, like you're cool, but if someone messes with you, they can get the smoke. It's no problem. Do you want the smoke? Because I can bring the smoke. Like that's how you guys are. Sometimes some of you guys don't even need to announce it. People just know not to mess with you. So is that vibe? Some of you like thrills, so some of you may like roller coasters or something that kind of just gets the heart pumping. Some of you may like going gym. It's just there's a lot of thrill energy I get from you guys, and people like that about you too. I'm getting, for a lot of you, you're not a very boring person. And there's nothing wrong with being a boring person. Okay, sometimes I can be a boring person, but it's kind of like, you guys, even if you're really quiet and reserved, there's, you guys kind of like thrill and you guys like having a good time, and people like that about you. They like hanging around with you because you're just fun, so yeah. Okay, people think that you're a very good host. So some of you, this is for some of you might be good at hosting events, and it just comes naturally. Like, when to get in character, when to make people feel comfortable. Is very nice. It's a very nice vibe. It's a very nice vibe. Yeah. Okay, I got all that from that charm. If something else pops in my head, I'll let you guys know. But let me sage the place, so that I'm gonna sage the cards quick so we get accurate reading. Because I was doing a personal reading before, and I just want to clear the energy. I was doing personal reading with the cards, not the charm. The charm's fine. I was reading the charm. Okay. Okay. Right. Say I have saged the room successfully. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You guys seem like a vibe. And I feel like you guys are very protective as well. So like if someone messes with your friend, you're going to be like, oh, no, not my friend. Not my friend, sir. Don't ever think you put your hands on my friend. You're not the type of person that's going to see your friend get attacked and just stand there. You're going to be like, are you crazy? And you're jumping in. Or you can look at the person that, I don't think you want to put your hands on my friend because it can get real serious out here. Like, you're not the one to mess with. And you don't play when it comes to your friends, okay? You don't. And your friends really love that about you. And it's not just your friends, like, you're very protective of family as well. Like, whenever people around you, they feel safe, you know what I mean? Because you give an intimidating vibe to anyone that wants to mess with them too, Lovely. Basically, you guys ain't chicken. I respect it. Why do people love power? Number one, what makes them attractive? Why people are pile number one? What makes them attractive? Okay, we have the Lovers. Yeah, guys, that's the first card to come out. You guys are very lovable, very lovable. And you also have the World that came out with it. So let's get into these cards. I'm going to shuffle more, but let me just explain these first. So you have a very healthy type of relationship with your friends, family. Like, you just like to have a healthy type of relationship where there's boundaries, and this is why people love you, because you respect their boundaries. And your love is very light. It's very Gemini, you know, like you may have Gemini placements, or you may be a fixed sign, have fixed sign placements, but it's literally a thing where like you guys embody this loving energy everywhere you go. It's very amicable, it's very pleasant, you know. And it's not, and when I say that, guys, it's not like you're a beg or anything. It's just like, I'm cool, I'm calm. If someone speaks to me, I'll speak to them. It's not a problem, we're good, like, cool. It's not standoffish. It's, you're actually a calm, cool person. And you're just easy to get along with, and people really love that about you, you know. What people love also is you guys may have a lot of options when it comes to friends and lovers. Even like cousins and that. Like, there's a lot of cousins that like you, a lot of siblings. Like, you're just, or siblings. It's very loving, right? You're quite popular when it comes to your friends or family or community, So it's just like, whoever you really hang with, you're just quite popular in that respect. It's a thing where people want to chill with you, you know. And yeah, anyway, the point I was trying to make was you have a lot of options. So when people can kind of see that a lot of people want to hang with you, a lot of people like you, and that makes them like you even more. So if it's in a romantic sense, a lot of people kind of feel like you have a lot of options when it comes to lovers. You could be with anyone you want to be with, because they're probably throwing themselves at you. Some of you probably watching this like, I ain't got no holes. I actually ain't got options like that. Like, everyone thinks I have options. Well, guess what, babe? Sir, people think you have a lot of options, and I bet you guys have options, but you're just sitting there declining them, and that is perfectly within your right. But yeah, people just feel like you have a lot of options, and you know, is really cool. Okay. Also, you guys might also be like a fly on the wall. So you guys are quite sneaky. You guys might hear information, but it's kind of like people haven't didn't notice that you was there. You probably like, why are you saying that? Okay, well, basically it is summer. No, it's not even summer. It's technically autumn. But you see, in England right now, there's some heat wave going on, right? And obviously you have these little flies that are trying to come inside the house because it's cool when it's boiling outside, right? So let me explain that. There's literally a fruit fly on my wall. It's just pissing me off. And it's just sitting there staring at me. And I'm staring at it. And I'm like, I'm trying to do reading. I'm trying to focus. Anyway, the point is, that's how you guys are. You're like a fly on the wall. So when you're basically, you can find out like information. I don't think you guys are gossips anyway, because you have a calm vibe. But you will know information about events or about people, and it's because you was literally there and you heard, or you overheard through a phone call someone else was having, or you overheard because you heard the argument across the road or outside your house. Like, you hear information, and people don't realize that you're there at the time. So people really like that you're quite sneaky in that respect. That, you see, pile number one, they're able to get information, and people don't even know that they've received that information. So you guys are kind of funny. Like, you'll be at an event, and let's say for example, I have to give an example so you get it. Like, cool. Let's say you was chilling at home. You know everyone in the community, and you heard Rob and Charlotte have an argument outside, and Charlotte's like, "Oh, you cheated on me, Rob. How could you do that?" And some big argument outside, you know, and your window's open, and you can hear it. And you're like, "Oh, okay, so Rob cheated on Charlotte. That's crazy." And then you're all at a party. Rob and Charlotte's there. You're there as well. And then Rob and Charlotte acting like they're cool, they're great, like their relationship's amazing. You know, they're putting up a front, right? And they're talking about how much they love each other and they're loyal to each other. And you're sitting in the corner like, yeah, okay. That's not what I heard yesterday when the window was open and you was arguing outside. But okay then. So you guys get the tea like that, you know what I mean? And people love that, because there might be a friend that's at the same party and they're like, oh, Rob and Charlotte, like they're really, you know, loving and loyal to each other, and you're like, that's what you think, because let me tell you something, I heard something else the other day. Don't looks are deceiving, I tell you that much. Like, you guys have the tea, and it's not like you guys are, you know, saying everyone's business like it's nothing, but it's like if someone comes to you with, oh, did you know this, you're looking at them like, no babe, did you know this? Because you obviously didn't. You're not coming to me with the tea, I'm coming to you with the tea. Yeah, so it's like, you know the business. Some of you probably don't even say, like, so it could even be a situation where someone comes to you like, oh, you know, Rob and Charlotte, like they're so loyal and loving to each other. You could be sitting there with your tea like, okay, that's what you think. And the person's like, huh? And you're like, nothing. Yeah, they're beautiful together. People know that you know stuff, but you just don't say anything. And that's what makes you scary and dangerous, because you know information that you shouldn't be knowing. But at the end of the day, people shouldn't be outside having arguments about their love life, innit? And thinking no one in their house can hear, you know what I mean? So that's just what it is, innit? That's just an example. But anyway, you guys get where I was going with it. You guys have the tea, and whether you just decide to disclose this or not, people know that you know what's the real tea, you know what I mean? Anyway, whew, that was a long explanation. The point is just loving energy, and you know all the tea, and you have all the options in life. And even, it could even be options in life. Like, you guys have a lot of options in life, and people like really like that. Like, they feel that you're very abundant in that respect. Like, you could do a lot of things. You're very talented. So there's that as well. Whew. Yes, the world's your oyster. That's why the world is here. Also, you guys know when to end connections. Like, if a connection's not working out, you're like, bet, it's done. It's done. We don't have to talk anymore, babe. It's done. I don't need you in my life. I don't know why you thought that, but good luck. Oh, you're going to leave me for Janet? Then go be with Janet, babe. It's not a problem. What do you think this is? You think I don't have options? Because I really do. So if you want to end the connection, babe, it can end. It's not an issue. And people are just kind of like, oh, so you're not really into that toxic stuff. Yeah, you do not entertain that. You're just like, I don't really got time for this toxic energy. I want good for my life. And if you're toxic, you can go. I'm not forcing you to stay with me. Bye, see you. What do you think this is? So that's the energy, guys. You guys may also like to travel a lot. People love that about you, because like, you're the travel buddy. You're like, oh my gosh, pile number one, let's go here, let's go Greece, let's go Mexico, let's go somewhere. Or not even, it doesn't even have to be a thing where you've left the country. It could literally be a thing where, like, pile number one, let's go to the calf. Pile number one, let's go gym. Pile number one, let's go to museum. Like, it's just, you're very broad. Is it broad? Yeah, with where you want to go, and you're kind of open. I feel like you're quite open-minded when it comes to traveling to different places and doing different things. You could also be open-minded with different cultures. You're not very judgmental. I don't feel like you guys are very judgmental at all, really. I feel like you guys are quite open to new things, and people are like, yeah, I like that, I'm liking it, I'm loving it. They like it about you guys. That's amazing. But also, hold on, here's something else. Even though you're quite a free person, and it's like you allow people to do whatever they want to do, just as long as they don't mess with you. That's the thing. So people are like, you're healthy because you let people do what they want to do, but when it comes to you and your boundaries are set. Like, no one can come and disrespect you. You're just not having it. You're just like, no, you can do that. So it's kind of like, if someone was like to you, oh, let's say someone wants to be in a relationship with you or something, and they're like, I'm not gonna lie, I like sleeping around, so let's do this. You if you're someone that's monogamous, you could be like, okay, babe, no judgment. You can sleep around, do what you want to do. That's great. You see me, do you think you're touching me and you want to sleep around? Does it look like I want STD? No, thank you. Bye. See you later. Like, it's like, you're like, do what you want to do what you're free to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? Do whatever you want to do, but you see, if you mess with me, you're not messing with me, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not messing with my peace and my sanity. So, babe, that's what the energy is like, and people are like, I respect it. Or you you don't have control issues at all, but you don't let people mess with you, if that makes sense. So I guess I hope I explained that in the best way I could. Some of you may be quite good at science. That's what some of you. I don't know. I'm getting this little symbol on the world. It reminds me of that little symbol in the Big Bang Theory. So it's literally this vibe of like you might be very good with your words. You might be very articulate. You might use, big, extravagant words to explain certain things. And it's not because, oh, you think you're smarter than everyone. Like, it's not at that figure. That's how you naturally are. Like, you have a very good set of vocabulary. You know how to speak. And some of you, because I think of science, when I think of science, I think more of a logical mindset, and I think you guys are very logical, but you're logical, but it's like you're not logical to the point where you don't care about people's feelings. Is like I've considered. I understand that emotionally you're feeling like this. I will not dismiss it. I get it, but let me explain the facts to you. Let me explain the logic in this situation so you understand why certain things aren't going your way, babe. Like, you're able to show people the logical side of things when they're being too emotional. Do you know what I mean? So you have a balance, and that's just amazing. It's amazing, guys. But also, it could be a thing where when it comes to things to do with science, you're very, you have good knowledge in that area, some of you. So some of you may be scientists, some of you may be doctors, whatever. Maybe, what's the word? I don't even know. There's a lot of science in different careers, in different professions. So people might feel like you'd be really good in those professions, or some of you may actually be in those professions, and people really respect that about you, and they really like that about you, and they feel like you're very intelligent. So that's something they like also. Oh my God, they need to wait. Okay. Let me put this on vibrate. I'm not trying to get distracted with this reading. I'm not doing that to myself. Okay. Let's get more information. You guys are sounding amazing already, and it's just 2 cards. Let's go. How do people view pile number? No, that's not what discussion is. Why do people love pile number 1? Why do people love pile number 1? And what makes them attractive? Okay, that one just flew out like it was nothing. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. Remember I said you guys are very logical. So you guys also can see things for what they are. You're not the type of person that's blinded by emotions or love. You're just like, babe, I know what you're trying to do. Do not try and think you can pull the wool over my eyes, because you really can't do it. Don't disrespect me like that. Like, you're very clear, very direct. If you have an issue, you're gonna be like, I have an issue, let's sort this out. I don't like this. Like, direct. You haven't got time for it. Like, and you the way you present your issues in a very mature way, where the person can't even get mad at you, because you've explained to them, look, I don't like this, I understand that you're feeling this way, but I just feel like XYZ. How do you feel? How do we come to a solution? That's your way of kind of dealing with stuff, and people really respect that and they really like it. They're like, okay, cool. You guys can see people. You can see through people, basically. So when people come into you, they're trying to trick you. You're just kind of like, can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop insulting me? Do you think I was born yesterday, babe? Because I wasn't born yesterday. I'll tell you that much. So people just feel like, okay, cool. I tried something. I tried to trick pal number 1, and they're not having it. You know why? Because I think if you guys really wanted, you could be doing all the tricking, because this pumpkin's giving me trick or treat. You guys could be doing all the tricking, but you're like, I haven't got time for that. That's not really going to work out in my favor. A lot of you kind of know. A lot of you are kind of aware of bad karma, or you just work on a very high vibration, and because of this you're just not going to be deceptive, but you could if you really wanted to. And when people are trying to be deceptive with you, you're just kind of like, do you think I'm an idiot? Like, it's very much like, don't insult me, like, please don't do it. And obviously I feel like people can be a bit annoyed with it, but I think the majority of people really like it because it's very admirable to see someone. Imagine you're on the sidelines and you can see that someone's being trying to be deceptive to someone else, and the person's like, no, I know what you're doing, can you stop? Like, that is actually quite humorous to watch from the sidelines. Obviously it's not humorous if you're the person trying to be deceitful, but if you are like a third party just watching, that is actually hilarious. So people kind of like that you call people out. So when people are doing something weird and you call people out, the people that's not involved in the situation start laughing, because it's just like, that is hilarious. Like, that person really thought they was going to deceive pile number one, and it flopped epically. So yeah, people find that quite humorous as well, because you're a humorous person, and the way you call them out is very hilarious as well. It's not even serious, like, don't mess with me. It's like, are you alright? Do you think I'm your ex that's slow? Like, do you think I'm these girls or these guys out here that will just believe anything you say? Because, mate, it's not that, you know. I don't know what you thought. Like, it's hilarious, and people love it. They love it. Obviously when they're doing it to you, it's not funny, but when they're watching you call someone else out, hilarious. Let's get more information. Oh, also, you guys know when to, I think I already said this, because the sword is here in it, so you guys just know when to cut a connection when it's not working out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, what do people love about pile number one? Why are they coming out like that? It's like, it's weird. The cards don't normally come out like that. It's kind of like people know exactly what they like about you, like that. They don't even have to think too hard, because you're just a very lovable person anyway. You think about what you say before you say it. We have Princess of Swords here. You're like, should I say that? Yeah, I'm gonna say that, and you say it. And as I said, some of you, if you kind of know, if you reveal certain information, you're gonna get in trouble, then you're not gonna say anything. So people like that. You think about what you say before you say it. You're very careful with what you say. You're quite of an idealist. Is that the word? Like, you guys will come with new ideas, and people are kind of like, wow, I never thought of it like that. Wow, I never thought to do that. Like, it's just new idea after new idea after new idea, and people, they like your ideas. It's very interesting. Some of you may not reveal them. Some of you may just do them. And then some of you may actually, for example, like if someone's going through a really bad time and they've been doing the same thing over and over again, you might say, well, have you tried doing this? Have you thought maybe they're trying to do this? Have you tried to change your action and maybe see what happens this time? Like, and then people sit down and they're like, oh, I didn't think to do that, you know, maybe I might try that. So you come with like new ideas, and it's very interesting. And I feel like these ideas are very logical. And I feel like people, when you say these ideas, people are like, why did I not think to do that? That is so obvious. Why did no one tell me to do that? Like, I don't get. In fact, hold a minute. Why didn't I think to do that? Am I not in the situation? Like, how did part of one just give me the idea like that? So people may come to you for ideas, and they may come to you to kind of, they might ask you about a situation, and they might ask for your point of view, and then you give a point of view and they're like, I never saw it like that. Maybe I should view it like that. Maybe I should change what I'm doing. And it's more like if they viewed the situation with your mindset, then they probably would be in a better position. That's how they feel. So you are the person to go to when people are in a crisis. And it's a lot to do with their life. It's also to do with connections as well. So a lot of them may ask you, what should I do with this and this and this? And it could be a rare range of stuff, because it's on the world. So what should I do with my career? What should I do about this friendship with this person? What should I do about this relationship with this person? And obviously, I don't think you guys are like, break up with them. Like, I don't think you guys are gonna say something drastic like that, but you might say, well, what is it that you provide for each other? How is this person nurturing you? What do you want to do as a career? Not what everyone expects you to do, but what do you want to do? So you ask them a question back to make them think, so that they come to a solution themselves. So they can never say, oh, you told me to do this and it didn't work out. They made their own decision. You just got them thinking a bit more. So people like that about you. You guys give me psychologist vibes. I'm not going to lie. You guys are giving me, it's giving Dr. Phil, you know what I mean? So it's lovely. Let's see more information. So what do people love about her? Number one, it looks more attractive. No, I'm not going to do that. That was too many cards. I just want... Okay, thanks. We have Snow Angel. The signs are with you already, reverse. You guys already know what to do. Is okay. Okay. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Let me stop saying that. Right, I know what I'm going to say now. You guys, as I said, you guys already have like the answers to a lot of scenarios. You have the answers to a lot of stuff in your life. And people like that. So if people, as I said, if people are in a pickle, they'll just go to you. They'll be like, what do you think I should do? And you give good advice. There's that. But also people kind of know that they're safe with you. They don't have to feel like they're not. So you make people feel safe. And we kind of like, so why is it reversed then? It's like when people are going through rough times, when they're around you, you make them feel safe, you make them feel comfortable. Even the things you say, you make them feel comfortable. And okay, and you see the way she's looking like with discernment. So I feel like when people are in a situation, sometimes you don't have to say much. You just give them a look like, nah. You give them a look where it's kind of like, now you know what you need to do in this situation. I don't even need to tell you. Or you give them a look like, babe, you're in danger. Babe, I think this person's trying to trick you. Just a certain look you give kind of warns people when someone's trying to play them, when they're in danger. Like you that protective side comes out and you look at them like, no, babe. Like, and people know. They're not like, what are you trying to say? I don't get it. What is he saying? What is she saying? It's like, oh, okay, I got you, part number one. Okay. And it's very quick. So, you know, sometimes, I have to give an example. You know, sometimes, let's say you're with a group of girls and one girl in the group is talking to a guy and the guy's giving complete red flags, like red flag of everything he's saying, but maybe your friend isn't good at spotting red flags, right? And you're looking at her like, babe, no. Babe, no. You're giving the eyes like the Snow Angel's giving the eyes. Or let's say your guy friend is talking to a girl and she's giving complete red flags. You look at your friend like, bro, no, don't go there. Don't do that to yourself. Like, and it's to protect them. So basically, when it comes to unstable people or people that, you know, it's just people that just aren't stable, you're able to protect your friends and family from them. So yeah, that's what people love about you. And you don't have to say much. They see your face, they're like, bet, and then they move accordingly. Okay. Three witchy sisters, the power of three. Okay, so when it comes to like going out in groups, you're not let me be careful what I'm saying, because there's some people that aren't good at going out in groups. You're not socially awkward. So when a friend's like, oh, like, do you want to meet up as a group, me, you, him, and her, and you're like, okay, cool, bet, let's do it. Like, it's not awkward, it's cool, and people feel relaxed around you, and people also feel like they can have a good time, but you're the one that's always out looking for danger. Like, not actively, but naturally, you can kind of see when something's a bit off. So because your friends or family know that you're very alert in that respect, naturally anyway, because you don't do too much, they feel like they can relax around you. Reason being is the two witches on the side, their eyes are closed, but the one in the middle eyes is wide open. So you're just like, no one better mess with my cousins, my sisters, my friends, yeah, because I'm just not having it. And they know this, and they feel like they can relax and have a good time, and you'll be there to protect them. And we have 9 here, which kind of represents like, it's kind of like when you've done something for a long time and you kind of need to change or evolve, and you haven't got to that stage yet, because it's the number before 10, right? So it's literally a thing where people feel like you're always going to be there, but then you also give this vibe of they don't want you to leave them. So you guys give the impression that you're going to evolve and probably do something else with your life. Some of you may be very successful because, as I said, you're very intelligent. So some people feel like you're going to leave them behind, and then they're not going to feel as safe as, they would if when you was always here. So some of you may be transitioning to a stage where you was always with your friends or family or community, and maybe you're transitioning to a point where, okay, cool, I need to kind of leave the nest, I kind of need to do new things. You're kind of like upgrading in life, and I feel like some of your friends and family or community don't want you to do that, because they don't want you to leave them behind, because then who's going to save them? Who's going to protect them? So, yeah, what I will say to that though, guys, is you got to do what you got to do. And if you got to evolve, then you got to evolve. If you got to go places, then you got to do it. You know what I mean? I don't think you should feel bad for that. So I would say just keep doing what you're doing. But as I said, it's up to you what you do. I said that as a disclaimer in the description box. Literally, what you guys do, that's your business. Do not try and say, oh, like, Risha told me to do this. Like, obviously, naturally, I'm going to say that, but ultimately, what you do is up to you. That ultimately, I am not responsible. Okay. Ancient wisdom, lady with a Bosch egg, reversed. Okay. You guys, I feel like you guys have been through a lot. People love that you've been through a lot. No, they don't love that. Let me rephrase what I said. That doesn't sound right. You have been through a lot. People know this, but you're just kind of like, all right, I learned something from this. I'm not gonna let it keep me down. I learned something from all these bad stuff that have happened to me, and I'm gonna keep it pushing, and I'm not gonna stay in any bad situations anymore. I don't want to live like that. And so people see you evolving in that sense, and they're really proud of you for doing that. They're kind of like, wow, because people feel like some things you've been through, some people wouldn't have been able to come out of those situations, and not in a good way anyway. And you're kind of like, I'm a warrior, bitch. I'm a warrior. You don't know about me. I'm a soldier. You don't know about me. So people like it. You're very I think I said this in another video, you're indestructible. You can't kill me. I'm a bad bitch. You can't do it. You can't. So people like that. No matter what anyone tries to do to you, no matter what anyone tries to do to you, you're just kind of like, it's not going to work, babe. It's not going to work. It's not. Even if they did something bad, it's just, you're kind of just like, it's peak for you now. It's is looking long for you. That it's gonna get a bit harsh for you now because I didn't do nothing to you, and the universe is going to deal with you, and I'm gonna continue doing what I need to do. So good luck, babe. So people kind of like, you can't mess with pile number one. You know why? Because they're not having it. They're not. They're just gonna move forward, and you're gonna get left behind, and you're gonna have to deal with the fact that you did something horrible to pal number one, and I don't think you can live with that. So people like that about you. You're just a boss. You're a boss. You're a boss. Okay. Right. What do people love about pile number one? No, that's too much cards. I didn't want all of that in one go. I'm not doing that. Start again. Full action in reverse. You don't do too much. You guys just don't do too much. Okay, you may do a lot regarding your career now. Like, I mean, I'm getting that. Like, but I just feel in general, you guys don't do too much. Like, you don't have to sit there and prove your self-worth to people. You're just like, it is what it is. I'm cool. If you want to mess with me, you're gonna feel the wrath. So I wouldn't do that. But yeah, you're someone that doesn't have to overcompensate for anything, because you know you, and your friends and family know you, and you are you, and you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Like, you don't. So people like that. You're just chill. You don't do too much. It's nice to be around someone like that. So as I said, if you guys are the strong silent type, you still have a very intimidating vibe to you, where people feel very protected by you. I think that's what I meant. Yeah. Okay. Also, sometimes you guys do this thing where someone will do the most to get a reaction out of you, and you're just sitting there like, nope. You ignore it because you know what they're trying to do. Yeah, you ignore them, or you're like, I know. Pano one's like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me angry, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna chill. And you make the person who tried to wind you up angry, because you're just like, no. You guys are clued up. You know when people are playing mind games, and you don't fall for it. You're like, nope, I'm not doing it. You thought I was born yesterday. No, I wasn't. Okay, we have anger and rage. So, Risha, why would you say I'm not doing the most, but there's anger and rage? Let me explain myself. I think people get angry I think people are pressed about you. They're angry that you're so unfazed in life. A lot of you are very like nonchalant, like majority of the time. As I said, you can be goofy and fun, but there's a very nonchalant type of vibe about you that pisses off a lot of people. Like, you get on their nerves because they're trying to do the most, and you're like, no. And they get angry. But there's some of you also, because you don't get angry like that, when you do get angry, it turns some people on. What? Well, I can't explain this. Let me explain this. Let me try. Some people, yeah, I've noticed, like, they'll try and get their partner angry because they like it when their partner's mad, and they seem very attractive when they're angry. And for a lot of you, your partners like may purposely try to get you angry because they like this side of you, because one, they don't see it much, and two, when you do get angry, there's this whole different type of person that's just super sexy, and they're like, what? Yes, we need angry pile number one, Because you guys, when you get angry, you're very scary. You're more scary than the people that normally get angry. You know why? Because you don't ever get angry. So when you do get angry, it's World War III out here. All hell's breaking loose. No one can be saved. It gives them a thrill. It gives people thrill. Even like if it's not romantically, like even in a platonic sense, when people see you get angry, they're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, you lot unleashed the Kraken. You unleashed the monster. I feel sorry for you. You went there. Don't know why you tried pile number one. I don't know why you don't love your life like that. But I'm going to sit here with some popcorn and watch you get demolished. And that could be physically, but it could also be like verbally. Because like, you guys don't play when it comes to the verbals. So if someone tries you, if you're not with the whole physical thing, it's literally a thing where it's like, are you alright? Okay, let's talk about your shoes. You're talking about my shoes, but look at the state of you. Look at the state of your head. Look at your hair. You can't do your hair properly. You tried to do that hairstyle, but it don't look good. You wear that shirt 5 days ago and you're wearing it again? You thought no one knew. I knew, innit? Furthermore, like you'll just destroy someone's self-esteem in the toilet. You talk about you get girls, but I saw bare girls reject you the other day. So what are you talking about? One girl all through drinking your face and told you to go away. So don't come here like some ladies man and you know you don't get no girl. Like, you guys are rude. You're rude. Okay? People, and the thing is, you're not naturally rude, but when people test you, that's when the rudeness comes out. Yeah? It's serious. I want to laugh. You guys are hilarious. Like, that's pretty sad. Oh well, like, I don't understand why people are messing with you anyway. Like, that's what they get. Okay, why do people obviously? And then when you're sitting there cussing people or fighting them, like your friends or family or whoever's watching loves this because they don't see it often, and someone really tried you and thought they could get away with it. It's hilarious. Why do people love pile number one? Wait, some attractive. Okay. Too many. Oh, wow, that one just flew in my face. Tough wisdom in reverse. You know why it's in reverse, guys? People just feel like you know a lot. Some people think you know everything. No one knows everything, right? But people just feel like, this girl, or some of you, as I said, some of you probably are really good at studying or school, and people just feel like, why ask Google? Go ask pile number one. They most probably know. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. People feel like you don't have to study much because you're just naturally intelligent. Well, you guys probably like, bitch, I study. What are you talking about? Like, I work hard for what I have achieved, and that involves studying. But some people feel like, nah, baby, what is that really? You guys probably took, maybe a day to study something hardcore, and people probably take like a week or 2 weeks to study the same topic, and they feel like then they get the same knowledge you get, they get the same knowledge that you would get in one day, so from 2 weeks. So it's kind of like, they just think like you're very intelligent and you don't really need to study too hard, or you don't really need to observe someone too hard to find out what they're trying to do. So that's what people love about you. Pal number one, you guys are actually hilarious. But hear what I'm saying. I'm doing a bonus reading for pile number one on my Patreon using the plain deck cards. So if you want to see the bonus reading, you can subscribe to my Patreon. If you'd like to, then subscribe to my channel. And if you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But I'm going to go to pile number two now. That was funny. That was funny. Okay. Let me sage the place pile number two. Okay, right. Love this energy. It's nice energy. I didn't even really need to sage the place because of bad energy. Like, it's actually all good energy, but we just want it clear so that this reading resonates with you, pile number 2. So we have the snowflake. The snowflake. And I'm getting that you guys are just very different. You know why? Because they say each snowflake is different. No snowflake looks the same, right? And you guys are different. You are not like any of your friends, like at all. Similar, but never the same. So it's kind of like, you know, you're the distinctive one, you know. Also, when I think of snowflake, like I think of someone very, you know, tender, someone very sweet. So you guys may be very sweet individuals, you know what I mean? Even if you kind of have a tough exterior, inside you're sweet. You're sweet. You're lovely. Some of you may be very, you know, delicate when it comes to speaking to people, especially when they're going through a rough time. You're very careful. You're like, babe, I understand what you're going through. And if you feel like I don't, you can explain more. I'm here to listen. But what if you ever need support, let me know because I'm here for you. So it's very lovely, very sweet. You know, when you speak, it's not very coarse or rash. It's very calm, sweet, delicate. You guys may be like this as well when it comes to emotions. Like if someone says something, someone can say something and they probably didn't mean to be like horrible, but they might say something. You might be like, ouch, bitch, that hurt my feelings. I have feelings, you know. Like I know it was a joke, but I just personally feel like that was an attack, and I'm very hurt by that. Like, you know, but it's not annoying when you say it. It's like I just feel like that was uncalled for, you know. And people are like, oh, that's so sweet. Like I didn't even mean to insult you, pal number 2. I'm so sorry. I'll be more like careful with your feelings. Like, you know, sometimes people say that and then the other person's like, oh my gosh, you're such a crybaby. Like I was only joking. What the hell? Like fix up, toughen up. Come on, grow up here. But with you, people don't feel that. You actually make people feel a bit bad because they're like, oh my gosh, I would never try to hurt your feelings, part number 2. That I'm so sorry. Like, and they try to fix their connection with you ASAP. Like they're like, okay, like let's sort this out. It doesn't need to get, you know, out of hand. I'm sorry that I've hurt your feelings. Let's be cool, you know? You have that effect on people. You seem like this very delicate person that's very sweet, and no one really wants to get on the bad side of someone that's sweet and delicate because that means they're probably very lovable as well from other people. So I'm also getting you're the person that everyone feels like they need to protect. Some of you, it could even be a thing where you're the one that your friends and family defend the most, like out of everyone, because it's like, oh no, don't come for pile number 2. I'm going to protect them. Don't do that. Like, and so people know they can't mess with you because they know that other people are going to defend you. So they're like, okay, let me not even try and annoy pile number 2 because like I don't really want that smoke from their friends and family. I wasn't even trying to offend them like that. So there's that. Even if some of you aren't delicate, like how I'm explaining, because your friends and family view you like that, people know not to mess with you because they don't want it from them. They don't want it. They don't want to feel. They don't want to feel the wrath from your community. They're just kind of like, okay, do you know what? Let's sort this out. Please don't tell your dad. Please, I really don't want to get harmed today. Yeah, thank you. So, it's that type of vibe. Please don't tell your brothers. I know you've got 6 brothers. I beg you don't tell them. Like that type of vibe, you know. I know you're the youngest sister. I know you got sisters. I don't want to go through that. You know what I mean? Like that vibe. Okay. I know you got older cousins. Okay, no, I'll stop. But you guys get the vibe. Like people just don't want to mess with you. It's just not smart. Right. Okay. What am I asking? Why do people love pile number 2? What's attractive about them? We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, might get a bit explicit out here. Let's make it child friendly first, even though this is supposed to be for 16 and over. Though be watching my stuff if you're under 16. I told you already in my previous videos. Anyway, the point is, you guys are very adventurous. You guys are very fun. As soon as people see you, they're like, yeah, I need to be friends with pile number 2. I need to get close to pile number 2 because they're a vibe. They're fun. They're different. Like you put a twist into the day, you know, like you're very interesting. You'll do something, you know, completely different than, so let's say for example, if someone wanted to bring you on a date, like they'd go out with you and you might do something completely odd, you know, and they're kind of like, oh, that's interesting. My ex never did that. Oh, none of the people I've spoken to have done that before. So they find it very interesting, even like in a friendship way. Like you're the type of friend that's very different to your other friends' friends, basically. So people find that very interesting, and they like it because they're like, oh my gosh, I actually have a really odd friend, and it's really nice. It's a breath of fresh air because everyone's so busy being the same like everyone else, and you're like, I don't care to be the same like everyone else. I'm me. Yeah, no one's like me. I don't even try to be different. I'm just me. So it's very nice. It's very fun. It's very adventurous. Now let's get explicit. Some of you, yeah, the sex is A1. When I say A1, it's good. It's amazing. Like, and that's what people love about you. When I say people, I'm guessing is your exes with or your current partner, because it's a vibe of, oh my gosh, this is lit. This is amazing. I've never done this in bed before. I like it. I love it. Why has no one introduced me to this way? What's going on? So it's very interesting, very fun. Okay, never really saw the card like that before. Some of you always get your nails done. They love your nails. Some of you, if you don't even get your nails done, it's just the way your nail beds are. Beautiful. Like, you guys look after your skin. It's particularly your hands that are just beautiful and delicate and smooth and lovely. Like, if you're a guy, it doesn't even matter. Like, your hands, they're really pretty. Like, women or men find them attractive. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you have nice hands. They look nice. Okay, I see you. Okay, some of you, people like the way you touch them. I don't know how I can say that okay, cool. Maybe when people are going through a rough time, you kind of give physical affection. So you'll give them a hug. You'll maybe, you know, caress their back, maybe pat them on the back. It's okay, you'll be fine, don't worry, you will heal. That type of vibe. Yeah, you're really there when it comes to affection. And some of you, it may not be that, if we're gonna speak sexually now, is a thing where you know how to touch your person. You know what makes them feel good. Okay, I'm trying not to be vulgar on this channel, yeah, but you know. So people like that. They're like, okay, how number 2 knows how to touch me. They're in sync. They know. So very nice. Why do people love how number 2? What makes them attractive? Yeah, Queen of Cups. You guys have a lot of feminine energy, and if you are a guy, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Like, it's, if anything, that might get you more ladies because you know what ladies like. You're more receptive. You understand. Okay, I need to be delicate. And then the lady's like, oh, you're delicate with me. I like that. You know, these men out here, they ain't delicate. They're rough. I like it when someone's delicate. So if you're a guy, don't feel no way. There ain't no shame in the game. Like, women actually like that. So you're just you're very nurturing. You're very loving. You're very caring. Like, that's the vibe you give off. It's very maternal, you know. If you're a guy, it's kind of like, you will look after your girlfriend. And it's not just girlfriend, like even, you know, the females around you look after them. You're very sensitive, you know, with them. It's very gentlemanlike. It's lovely, you know. Yeah. Oh my gosh, some of you, if you are a guy, women are very protective over you. They don't play. Like, some of them may even fight over you. Just because it's because you're very sweet and you're very loving. So like, when other women probably try to speak to you, they're like, don't speak to him. You're not good enough for him. Don't speak to him. Like, it's that type of vibe, right? So if you're a guy, like, I just get this very protective energy around you, especially women. Like, they don't play when it comes to you. Yeah, cool. And if you are a woman, yeah, you are very loving, very caring, very motherly, very nurturing. Like, that's the vibe you give, and a lot of people love that, men or women, you know, platonic or sexually, they love it, you know. So yeah. Okay. A lot of you are very empathic. I think that's the word. You kind of know how people are feeling, and you go by that. You're like, okay, this person's feeling a bit sad, so I'm gonna be a bit more caring today. This person's feeling a bit angry, so I'm gonna give them their space today. This person's feeling quite anxious, so I'm gonna let them know that I'm gonna protect them today. Like, you read people's body language, and you're like, okay, I get it, and you move accordingly. So people love that about you. You're very emotionally intelligent. So pile number one was more, I would say they're more maybe academically intelligent, very logical. But with you guys, is like you're emotionally intelligent. It's your emotional intelligence that allures people. So even if you are like very logical or intelligent academically, that's not what people like about you. What they like about you is your emotional intelligence. Like, that's what they need from you. That's what they like from you. It makes you pop more, you know. Okay, and there's a lot of blue here already, so you guys just know you're very careful with your words, and you know how to make people feel at ease. What do people love about pile number two? The Two of Swords reversed. You guys, there's people aren't like, oh, how do I explain this? You know, sometimes you talk to someone and you're like, I don't really know where I stand with that person. Like, I'm talking to them, but I don't know if they like me. I don't know if they hate me. Like, it's very brick wallish, and it's very fake, so I don't know. But for you, people don't feel like that. They feel like, I know where I stand with pile number two. Like, if they didn't like me, they'd show me that they don't like me, because they're very sensitive anyway. So if they didn't like me, they probably would attack me, or they probably would tell me to F off. Like, so you're very, I think you guys are very real. You guys are very much like, everyone knows where they stand with me. If I don't F with them like that, they know I don't F with them like that. Like, that's what it is. So yeah, and people like that about you. I feel like there's not a lot of real people out there. Moment, guys. Sorry. I have to eat quick, because otherwise you're not going to hear my belly, and I don't think you want to hear that. I actually ate. Every time I do reading, I get really hungry. That is crazy. I actually ate this morning. One moment. So sorry, guys. Okay. So yeah, people know where they stand with you. It's really hard, you know, to find real people in this world, because everyone wants to get something off someone else. Like, well, let me not say that. There's some good people out there, you know what I mean? But people around you, they feel like they're always around fake people, and with you, you're very real, which makes you very different to a lot of people that they've come by. So yeah, they know where they stand with you, and they really like that about you. And you guys don't act indecisive. Like, when you guys want to do something, you do it. You're not like, oh, I don't know which girl to choose. I don't know which guy to choose. I don't know if I should have coffee or tea. You're like, I want coffee. I want tea. I want her. And the reason I want her is because she has this, this, this. So I'm going to be with her. I want this guy. And the reason I want this guy is because he has this, this. And it's not no indecisive. Is I said what I said, and I did what I did. And I'm not apologetic for it, because I went with my heart. And people are like, okay, I respect it. So you don't annoy people with indecisive energy. You just, if you want to do something, you just do it. If you want to speak to someone, you speak to them. If you like someone, you like them. If you don't like them, you don't like them. It's very evident. It's very clear. Why do people love pile number 2? We had the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Right. It's only human nature to study someone, right? So you know when someone's talking to you, there are some people guilty. There are some people that listen to someone speak and they're like, what do you want from me? Why are you speaking to me? What is the objective? What are you hiding? Like, you know, all these questions that they have in the back of their head when someone's talking to them. I'm guilty for that, guys. I actually do that because, you know, people, you know, they can be a bit weird. But you guys don't really operate like that. You guys don't give people the impression that you're investigating them, that you are interrogating them. You make them feel very comfortable. So people feel like you're not trying to study them. They feel like you're not trying to play mind games with them. Like everything's very clear, it is what it is. And they like that about you because they feel like they can relax and they don't feel like, you know, they don't feel like you're waiting to catch them out. So, very chill vibe. Okay, some of you might not like this one, but this is what they love, right? Some of you may not be that academic. Some of you may not, you know, may not have gone through the route of school to get where you are today. You know what I mean? Some of you may be may have your own businesses. You may be homemakers, and that's all fine. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like when people speak to you, they don't feel like they have to. They feel like, okay, this is what pile number 2 is doing. I don't feel like, you know, I'm doing less than them. So that makes me feel great. It makes me feel like we're on the same wavelength. It doesn't make me feel like they're superior in that respect. And the reason I'm saying academically is because the Pentacles is here. And that's to do with like career. But even if you guys have like a business or that, I'm not saying that it's not doing well. It could be doing very well. Do you know what I mean? But you give people the impression that you're not so focused on your career like that. You're just trying to live your life. You're trying to relax. And when people speak to you, they're kind of like, okay, cool. Part number 2, they're not too worried about their career. So if I speak to them, they may have time for me, basically. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I explained that properly. I just know it's people that are quite academic. You know, they're very focused on that. Obviously, they can. Sorry, guys, that was my stomach. They can make time for other people, but sometimes they don't. But because you guys aren't really focused, some of you aren't really focused on that. You feel like, okay, I can relax. Part number 2 will have time for me. We can have fun. And I don't know why that came up, guys, but that's the card that came out. And I always associate the Princess of Pentacles with someone learning, like a student, like someone studying to learn something, to do something new. And obviously when she's in reverse, it's literally the opposite. But then this is what they love. So people don't feel like they're in competition with you business or career-wise. Basically, you've kind of given that impression. And if you guys feel offended, I'm so sorry, but that's what came out in it. You've obviously given a very free vibe type of connection. No, that doesn't make sense. You guys have given off a vibe of, you know, it is what it is. I'm living my life and I'll have time to speak to you. Like, you know, that type of vibe. But anyways, let's move forward. Yeah, I did not know how to say that in a nice way. But yeah. I tried to make that sound cute. I've noticed when I try to make things sound cute, they just sound worse than what they would have sounded like if I had just been raw with it. But, you know. What do people love about pile 2? Too many cards. Okay, fine. I'm gonna take it. I don't normally do that, but this card came out twice when I tried to put it back. Fairy of the green world, the natural world needs you. She doesn't come out much, so this is saying something. So some of you are really in touch with nature. Maybe you like going hiking, you like going camping, one of those outdoor activities, or you like just taking a stroll in the park, your local park. I can't believe this is happening to me. Some of you may actually like eating too. That's what people like about you. Like, if they're like, oh, let's go to this restaurant, you're like, bet, let's go. I've been dying to go there. Like, some of you may be foodies, because I don't understand why my belly's growling so much in this reading, but when I did the first one, it wasn't doing all that. So sorry. Yeah, the natural world needs it, and also it could just mean that, so obviously people like that. You know, you go out and you do all these natural stuff, because the world's very high tech right now. Not a lot. I don't feel like a lot of people. Well, I would say in I guess the Western society, they don't really, you know, go out and do these type of stuff. Like, everything's just kind of indoors and high tech and all this stuff. But you guys are like, no, I'm still gonna get in touch, you know, with nature and that. Some of you may be very spiritual, and your person really likes that. And also people around you like that. It's very refreshing. It's like, oh, this partner, she's a very spiritual person. I like that, because when I'm going through something toxic, they're able to, you know, kind of calm me down and you know, make me release what I need to release. So you're a good vibe to be around. It's very relaxing. Okay. Oh, people feel like the world needs more people like you, basically. Because I feel like the people you're around, they may feel like, oh, everyone's just into fashion and high tech and the latest car and the latest clothes, and it's like, we need people that actually care about things that need to be cared about, like the environment, maybe, you know, the, you know, plants, someone that cares about, you know, maybe um astronomy, astrology, you know, they like people, the people around you like that you're like this. So they're like, there needs to be more people like you in the world, basically. And some of them feel like you guys need to probably like make a podcast or make a YouTube to kind of express these qualities you have, these natural spiritual qualities you have. You're, you know, people might feel like, oh my gosh, you should actually, you know, make videos about these stuff, because people really like it about you. Reason I say that is she's got blue wings and she's holding stuff in blue, and that blue's got to do with the throat chakra, so they think you should use your voice. You should use your voice to express these gifts and qualities and interests you have, because not much of the world, they feel like not much of the world sees it or puts any importance on it. But maybe you could persuade the world to put importance on what you find is important, if that makes sense. You guys are kind of like, the world. How am I going to get the world's attention? You never know. You never know. You could be a superstar tomorrow. Who knows? You know, anything's possible. We have the three fates, what comes around in reverse. You know what people like about you? Power number 2. When someone's supposed to get their karma, they will. It's really dreadful. Like, it's really, anyone that messes with you, it's not funny. Like, it's not good for them, basically. They don't get success, because 2 plus 6 is 8, and 8 is about success. And when the card is reversed, it means people ain't getting no success. And you know what else it is? These 3 fates, because it's called the 3 fates, the card, I feel like they're gossiping. Like, that's what it's giving me intuitively. They're gossiping on this card. They're talking shit about you. But because you guys have this very spiritual energy, it's kind of like the guides don't play about you. Your spirit guides don't play about you. So when these people are gossiping and they're trying to do some bad things behind your back, it's rough for them. It's rough after. Like they will get theirs, yeah? You don't even have to do anything. You guys probably don't even know that there's people probably talking about you right now, or even if people go to you and they're like, "Oh, did you know that these group of people were talking about you the other day?" You're probably like, well, if they want to talk about me, they can talk about me. I don't care. I can't control people's mouth. If they want to do that, they can do that. I'm not sitting there. I'm not confronting no one. Like, we all have free will. If they want to talk, they can talk. It's not stopping what I'm doing in life. People are like, "Wow, okay, okay, pal number two. I didn't know you was gonna come with Buddha vibes, but if that's what you want to do, I understand it. I respect it." People feel like you're always the bigger person, and because you're always the bigger person and you're like whatever, like, you see the karma that comes for these people that are speaking mess about you. It's long. You see the karma for these people that have done you bad. Some of you, like, people, this is the thing, people do you bad, like they do some horrible stuff, and you're just kind of like, well, I'm not really on this revenge tip. Like, if they did that, they did that. What can I do? That's what they wanted to do. All I can do is remove myself, and that's what I will do. And it's so sweet and it's so regal of you. It's giving me, you guys give me queen, king vibes. Like, that is sad, so I will remove myself. I'm not confronting no one. I haven't got time for that. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not sitting here talking to you about, why did you do this? Like, no, like, bye then. I haven't got time for it. So the people that are observing this mess, they're like, okay, pile number two walked off gracefully, and now is looking rough, is looking bad for the people that did something horrible to pile number two. So that's what people like about you. You just know when to turn the other cheek and keep it moving. What's revenge? You don't know it. You don't care for it. It doesn't please your soul. You're like, whatever. And I'll tell you something, you lot are better than me. Because, see, you know what I do, yeah? I do what you guys are doing, but I'm low-key like, this person, they need to get they need to hold some type of revenge, yeah? Lucky I'm a spiritual person, because I most probably would have done something, but because I'm like, cool, you did that, move forward. Hopefully you're going to get your karma, because what you did was horrible. I'm going to do what I'm doing. So I do 50% of what you're doing, but what you guys do different to me is you guys don't even care like what they're doing after. You're like, whatever, I don't care. I don't even care for no revenge. It is what it is. It's amazing. Right. This really is the spiritual group. People from your past just keep talking about you. That's crazy. Like, you're just sitting here living, and you have these people that you used to speak to because they're ghosts, just like, trying to speak to you again. And people actually like that about you, because you know why they like that about you, because people then realize, when people see that, they're like, that means pile number two didn't do anything wrong. For you to come back and harass them, they couldn't have done you that dirty, because you would have just disowned. You would have said, okay, bye. Like, I never even spoke to you. You didn't. You would have just disappeared and never came back. But because people keep coming back, trying to speak to you, watching what you're doing on your socials, watching you when you're on the road with your friends, like, because people from your past keep doing this, people from on the outside, they're kind of like, that's how you know pile number two is a good person. That's how you know. That's how you know. And we have 34, so 3 + 4 = 7, which is to do with personal development. You guys always develop yourself, especially on a spiritual level. You're just kind of like, this is low vibration. I want positive vibrations. I want a higher vibration. So I will leave you to do up low vibrations. That's not me. And then the person that was coming with low vibration, they're going to come back like, oh, pile number two, give me another chance. Let me be your friend again. Let's be friends again. Let's be lovers again. And the people on the outside are like, pile number two is a good person. That's why you're trying to speak to them again. So that's why people basically love you guys. They know you're a good person. If all these bad mind, low vibrational people keep coming back trying to speak to you again, some of you, you're kind of like, yeah, but the past people haven't tried to speak to me again. Well, they're watching you on your socials, please know, on them ghost accounts, yeah, and you know, maybe even blatantly on their own account, but they're watching you, yeah. When you go to your parties, they're there, they're watching you, okay. It's very weird. People get very obsessed with you, and because a lot of people are obsessed with you, um, yeah, other people like that because they're like, what's so great about pile number two that people get obsessed and whipped? What is it? Some of you, I'm not going to let you know, they overheard your sex game was good. I don't know who told who, but that's the tea about you, okay? So obviously, if that's the rumour, because some of you, your ex-partners can't keep their mouth closed. If that's the rumour, then obviously people are going to want to speak to you, you know, in that respect as well. They're not even bad mouthing you. They're saying, I'm not going to lie, I lost a bad beat. I lost the king that did the most in the bedroom. I'm not going to lie, they was doing their thing. And obviously they think that the guy or the girl thinks, yeah, you know, I'm gloating about it because I had them. But what they're really doing is drawing attention to you so that the people they're saying that to can try and speak to you. So I don't know, they tried to do something and it flopped. And now you're getting loads of attention on you. People love that about you, you know. What do people love about pile number two? No, I'm not taking all those. What is going on? It's like they're all coming out in one go. Fine. Flipping it. Less skill. These are, you're very skilled in a particular area. Let me explain that. One moment, guys. I'm never doing this again. I'm eating like a full course meal before I do these readings because, mate, I don't know what's going on. I think this means you're very skilled at speaking to people, knowing what to say, when to say it, being emotionally intelligent, removing yourself from low vibrations, not giving in to revenge, like all this stuff. You have a lot of skill in a lot of areas. Skilled in the bedroom, that I nearly forgot that one, yes. But it's kind of like, people love that about you. You're just very skilled. And there may be even more skills I haven't even said, that haven't even popped up. So it could be a thing where you're just a very skillful person. You might be very multi-talented. And people like that about you because it's like you have a lot going on for you. You could do anything you want to do. That it's amazing. Then you have Vishnu balance. Yeah, you're a very balanced person. Some of you are very good at multitasking, but it could just be that emotionally you're just very balanced. Especially with your speech, because there's a lot of blue in these cards. So when it comes to your speech, you can see the good and the bad in a lot of situations, and you know how to say stuff without another person getting angry. So people love that about you. Some of you, you're very good mediators. When there is a problem, you're the one to say, okay, everyone calm down. Let's take 2 minutes. Let's breathe. Let's not pull each other's hair out. Hold on. Now, you say your side, and let's get to a conclusion. Hear what each other's saying. Like, you guys are the mediator. And people love that about you because you probably save a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships. That's not really your job, but you guys are good at it. So, yeah. I have Nuada Perfection in reverse. I love how the readings ended like this because it's literally a vibe of like, you guys aren't perfect, but that's what makes you perfect. Now, you guys are like, Marisha, that was so corny. Let me explain. As I said, you guys don't. This is the thing. So when I said it, when it comes to career and academia, you guys don't do the most in it, and that makes people feel comfortable. Like, okay, cool. I have a lot of flaws, and I'm probably not too hot in that area myself, so that makes me feel comfortable. If you guys are around people that are very aggressive, you because you're very cool, calm, and collected, you make them, cool down, calm down. Like you're able to speak to their inner child, and like make them calm down and make them feel happy. And you're good at speaking to people that where people that cause conflict everywhere they go, and a lot of people don't like them. You're the type of person that will still speak to them. You'll speak to people that people don't like. You'll speak to people that aren't very perfect, and people like that about you. Like, you are not perfect in any type of way, but because of this, that's what makes you the perfect person to be around. You will talk to people that aren't perfect, and that makes people feel very comfortable around you. So that is literally why people love you and why people are attracted to you. But guys, I am doing additional messages on my Patreon with the playing cards. So if you want more information on pile number 2, a bonus reading, you can subscribe to my Patreon. If you'd like to read, like, subscribe to my channel, and if you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But I'm gonna go to pile number 3 now, guys. Let's sage the place. Need energy for pile number 3. Okay. Okay, now stop. So, that hat. You guys, I don't know why I snapped my fingers. Okay, some of you may be good dancers. That was weird. Okay, cool. Some of you, okay, so if you are a good dancer, that is something everyone likes about you. Some of you are good at covering up stuff. So, you cover for people. Okay, cool. Some of you could literally be like, when your employee's supposed to work, you might take their shift if or let's say your sibling did something bad, or your friend did something bad, you cover up for them. You're like, oh no, like it was me, sorry, like don't tell them off, it was me, my bad. Like, you'll do stuff like that. Or if you and your friend did something a bit off, and then you get confronted about it, you'd be like, okay, no, that's not exactly what happened. Calm down. Don't get angry. This is what happened. Yeah, this is what happened. And you guys may explain what happened in the most nicest way ever, where if it's a situation where you're supposed to get punished, the person's kind of like, okay, well, when you put it that way, fair enough. So you guys kind of get out of a lot of conflict. Whether that's just you personally, you protecting someone from conflict, or you protecting you and the person from conflict. It's like a cover-up story, or you cover up for someone. Some of you are shady. Some of you are shady. So, and that's not a bad thing. Some of you are like, I did not come here to feel bad about myself. What is going on? These aren't good qualities. It's like your mischievous qualities are what people like the most about you. So if you guys know you're shady, yeah, some of you are shady. People really like this about you. Like, someone might say something like, I don't know. I really look good today. Like my hair is looking popping, and you can see a bit of their leave out. It's not really, looking as great as they're saying. And you're like, yeah, that's what you think. Like it's just rude. Like, but it wasn't rude to the point where you was like, actually, your leave out is like coming out. Like it's not straightened properly. That it doesn't look like the weave that you put on your head. Like it's not rude like that. It's actually very discreet. Like, yeah, sure, babe, it looks good. Then you look at your friend like, I don't know about that. I'll just let them believe that. But that did not look good. So it's kind of, it's shady behavior. But I think people find it humorous and people like it. I feel like a lot of you are quite witty as well. So someone might say something to you. You might say something back like something smart, something slick. Um, you guys might enjoy banter as well. So when you guys are joking with someone, it may sound like you guys are insulting each other, but you're just joking around, and the comebacks are quite witty. The banter's very witty, so it's a very jokey, sneaky type of vibe. You guys are giving me a bit of low-key vibes, from my Gods and Titans deck, because in that deck he is play Loki, and I think is he the god of mischief? You guys are very mischievous, so you guys give that vibe, and people like that aspect about you. So as I said, if you kind of don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry, but this is what people love. Like they love it. Anyways, let's get to the tarot deck. See what else people like about you. Some of you do indirects on your socials, and it's very funny. And obviously, that's another way of being like shady, but people love that. They're like, oh my gosh, this girl is so shady. This guy is shady. Like, you guys might give certain looks when people walk in the room, like, oh no, oh later. I don't think, no, sorry. And then when they say hi to you, you're like, oh yeah, you're right. This shady behavior. But I know you guys probably may not like that aspect about yourself, but I'm telling you, people like it. Okay, what do people like about pile number 3? The Empress. Yes. Guys, that's the first card you get. Do you know how bomb this card is? Do you know that's like one of the best cards in the deck? Let's get to it. You're just that girl. You're that guy. Like, what more can I like? Okay, let me get into depth. Let me try. Like, people view you so highly, like highly. It's crazy. Some people feel like you're really out of their league, but they like that. They like it. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. They love it. You guys have a very regal quality to you. You know your worth. Some of you are very bougie, some of you. And some of you kind of just like, I'm me. And I hold myself to very high standards, and everyone should as well, because I love myself. What the hell? So yeah, everyone sees that you love yourself, you take care of yourself, you look good, you take care of your body, you eat well, you drink well, your skin looks good, your hair looks good. It's just like, it's amazing. Some of you are really good mothers, like, and people love that you are an amazing mother. Some people love that you're very maternal. Even if you're a guy, like, you're a very, very good father. Very. And you're a very abundant person. And when I say that, it's like you look for opportunities to improve yourself. Sometimes you don't even look, they just come and you take it. You're like, cool. So you find ways to make, money. You have good relationships with people that you have relationships with. um, is very, is you're just a queen, you're a king basically. Like it's just amazing. I don't even know how else I'm gonna explain this. It's just, um, so some people may view you as like the mother hen of the group. So if you're usually with a group of people, um, you're the one that looks after everyone. You're the one that cooks food for everyone. You're the one that, you know, if someone weird's trying to speak to them at a party, you're like, no, let's go. No, babe, you do not lower your standards to speak to him or her. Like, don't do that. Like, you're very caring like that, and people like it. You know, as I said, I just feel like a lot of people look up to you, and they love this. They love it, and I'm gonna go to the next card because I just want more information. Okay, this is weird. Some people, I don't know who, I think it's one person in particular. Someone likes it when you get pregnant or when you're about to have a child. There's so some of you is if it's the women, I feel like is when you get pregnant, people just love it. They're like, oh yeah, another one's coming, or you know, and you're glowing, you look nice, you, maybe they like your personality at the time. It's just there's that, and then for some of you, if you're the guys, it's literally a situation where people like your energy when you're expecting a child. So there's that as well. That's interesting. Okay, let's go. Obviously, I think that was a message for those that have like multiple children. But yeah, people like it. They're not looking at you like, oh, here we go again, another child. Like it's not that vibe. It's oh my gosh, they're expecting again. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Like that vibe, you know. Okay. And if for some of you it's just a partner that always likes to get you pregnant or always likes to have kids from you, it could be just one person in that type of respect as well. Okay. Um, what do people love about pile number 3? Whoa. Someone likes listening to Lil Baby, but anyway, the Emperor's here. And the Hierophant in reverse is here. Okay, that kind of contradicts the Empress, but we gon' work out what that was trying to say. So if I go to the Emperor now, the Emperor and the Empress? Hold on, I didn't even realise that, guys. Look, the Emperor and the Empress. What's going on here? Okay. Some of you, you know, you're with, you have a partner or you have a boyfriend or girlfriend that you've been with for years. And people love that. They're like, oh my gosh, this is the person you've been with for time. And they love that about you. They love that. They love you guys' connection. They love the relationship that you're in. They also think you guys are goals as well. Like that, people look at you and your partner like, that's the type of relationship I want. I want that type of relationship. Like, it's very idolizing. Like for a lot of you, they feel like you and your partner are power couples. Power couples. And that's what they need to get to, you know. And they feel like you're very devoted to your partner, and your partner's very devoted towards you because they're both in the upright position. So that means you guys have each other's back. You guys are building an empire, and no one can, you know, Empress and Emperor building empire. No one can squash that. Like, it's not going to work. So it's very united, and people love it. For some of you, if you're not with, you don't have your Emperor or Empress yet, is a thing where people are like, I want to be their emperor, I want to be their empress, like I want to look after them, I want to be with them. Obviously they can look after themselves, obviously, but I need to get to the same level as them so I can be with them. I need to be on their level. So a lot of people, they want to date you, they want to be with you, but it's not to just, it's not wham bam thank you ma'am. It's very much like, I know I want to make you my wife and build with you. I want to make you my husband and build with you. Like, they want to take you very seriously because you're a very serious woman or serious man. You're not a joke, okay? You have a lot going for you. They love it. So, You have suitors that want to take you very seriously, for those of you that are single, and then for those of you that are already in a relationship, people idolize your relationship a lot. If you guys are sitting there like, that don't make no sense, because let me tell you something, my relationship is not that great. Remember, you're in the relationship. From an outside perspective, they could be looking at it in a completely different way. You might be looking at it like, I'm so tired of this man. He gets on my nerves. He don't do what he's supposed to do. Yeah, I'm still with him. But someone on the outside would be like, they're so cute together. Like, they've been together for so many months, years, weeks. It's just so cute. Like, so remember, it's about perspective, and their perspective is your relationship is saying it is doing good. Now we have the Hierophant in reverse. I'm gonna try work this out. Okay, cool. For some of you, because the Hierophant is about higher learning as well as commitment. So I don't think it's really a commitment situation, but I don't think it's a commitment situation. So I'm going to go to higher learning. When it comes to higher learning, some of you didn't have to do the whole traditional academic route to get to where you are today. Some of you are straight businesswomen, businessmen. You said, I'm not going to do the way that my parents expected me to, you know, improve myself. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go against the norm. I'm going to get my money. I'm going to make my business, and I'm going to grow in a different way to the way everyone expects me to do it. And you did it. And people are like, what? How did that work? How did he or she do that? How did they do that with no assistance? Like, I think you guys just did your own research and found a way to, you know, probably have like multiple side hustles, and now you are very abundant. And people just kind of like, you actually did this without going the traditional route, and that's just amazing. So some of you, okay, cool. Some of you also are earning money in a way that kind of goes against society. But you've still said, I'm going to do it this way. So some of you is just you're not doing the traditional school route. Cool. And then some of you is the thing where you're kind of doing something that's a bit taboo in the community, but you're getting a lot of money from it though. So it could even be like, I don't even want to, I'm not saying no companies' names because I'm not trying to get taken off on YouTube, but you know, like there's certain companies that, you know, they want you to show some sexual parts of your body to get some money. Yeah, like you could be doing that too. And you could be getting loads of money from it. People are like, oh wow, I guess that seems to be, well, because you did that. Now you've got your fancy house. Now you've got your car, because you was like, I don't really care if you're not gonna try slander me for doing this. At least I got my money. Where's your money? So it's like people are like, okay, cool. He or she didn't do this the traditional way, but they're getting money. I can't knock it. So they really like that you kind of go outside the box when it comes to being abundant. Some of you may have got with your partner in a really odd way. Like, some of you, I'm calling people out. Some of you may be man thieves, women thieves. I don't know. Some of you may have been in a third party situation, and you could have been the side chick or the side guy. Then you got with the person while they was in a relationship, and then they dropped their main person for you, and you guys are living happily ever after. That could be your situation, and people, they like it. They're kind of like, wow, you didn't actually get dropped as a side chick, you know, where that normally happens. You actually have become the main chick, and you've somehow made a strong connection with the person where they've said they don't want to speak to their main person anymore. And now you're the main person. People are like, wow, that's interesting. I didn't even know, you know. Some of you, you're not like that. There's so many scenarios popping up. Some of you, you just may have found your partner in a very odd way, like not in the traditional way. You didn't meet them at the cafe. You didn't meet them when you went to the movies. You didn't meet them at the club. You met them at a very interesting place that no one would ever think of, and you got with them so randomly, so abruptly, like. And after that meeting, you guys have been strong since. And people are like, how? Where do they do that at? How did you do that? How did you, let me know? Hook a sister up. How did you do it? Hook a brother up. How did you do it? So they love it. It's like some of you have got your fairy tale type of romance in a very unorthodox way. I believe that's the correct word. In a different type of way, you know. Okay. How do people, why do people love pile number 3? Okay, that one flew. The Tower. You guys shake stuff up. You guys are very different. But you're not like pile number 2 different. You guys are different in a shake it up way. Like, you've set the standard in a different type of way. You've kind of done something that's caused you to be abundant in a way that no one would have thought of, and you've changed the game. I don't know what you've done, but people look at this like, wow, that's actually a new way of getting money. Maybe I should do that. Like, that's so interesting. Wow, you got your partner like that. Maybe I should start doing that. Like, you're kind of like a trendsetter in a way. Like because the Tower is kind of like something you've built that hasn't been built on firm foundation and is kind of crumbling. But I've seen it like all these social norms that society has built. You just came with your new energy, and now the buildings are crumbling. You're like, no, I'm not doing that. Who says I got to do that? Who says I got to live like that? You guys live your life the way you want to live it. You don't live the life that everyone expects you to live. And a lot of people respect it. They respect it and they love you for it. Like, but I'm getting in this pile, people highly respect you. It's a respect thing on the next level. Like, cool, pile number 1 and pile number 2, they liked them, but for you guys, it's a whole different type of respect going on. It's crazy. But you guys just changed the game. You guys are trendsetters, and people seeing that you're just doing some completely new stuff. Some of you are doing completely new things and different stuff to people in, your communities. In your community, people could just be doing the same traditional stuff or the stuff that they always, normally do. And you said, fuck that, I'm going to do this. I'm not doing that. Why I got to do it that way? I don't want to do it that way. And it's worked out for you. Epically, it's worked out for you. So, and maybe some of you have done this change and you've attracted someone exactly like you. Or people feel like you're going to eventually attract someone exactly like you, because you're not meant to be for people like, how do I explain this? I don't want to be rude. There's people that like doing the norm. You may be surrounded by, so whoever you're attracted to, you may be surrounded by men or women that keep doing the norm, like they keep doing the normal stuff in your community, and you may be someone that's kind of odd and you like doing different stuff. So people kind of like, maybe you'll attract someone that's more on your wavelength, and then some of you've already done that. You've attracted someone that's exactly like you. So it's crazy. It's interesting. I'm very happy for you guys. Even if you're not in a connection with someone yet, like, I'm very happy that you have, found a way to be abundant without doing it the traditional route, and you're impressing a lot of people by doing that. It's amazing. Even the way you are, maybe, let's say for maybe a lot of people in your community, maybe they don't respect themselves. I don't know. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying, like, for some people, like, you may feel like, me respecting myself is being vocal. Me respecting myself is, doing what I love. But maybe there may be some people in your community that view it like, no, you must be obedient. You should just listen. You should just do what everyone else is doing. And you're like, no, I'm not doing it. And you know what I mean? It could be that type of dynamic. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. As I said, no offense. I'm not trying to offend people. But yeah, you guys stick out in a good way. In a good way. People like it. What do people love about pile number 3? Angel of Alchemy, Miracle in reverse. Yeah, it wasn't a miracle. Let me explain what this means, guys. You had no help. You're self-made. You're self-made. This is what this is. Whatever position you're in right now in life, whatever you've achieved right now in life, a lot of people around you know that you didn't get help with it. You did that. You did that all by yourself. Yeah? Because we have 21 miracle, and 2 plus 1 is 3. And 3 is about like cooperation, being helped, being pushed up, the career ladder with assistance, being like a student, trying to eventually become a teacher, that type of vibe. And it's kind of like you didn't get that. Like out of nowhere, you said, I'm not living like this. I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to do things my way. I'm going to find a way out the box. I'm going to find a way out the matrix. I'm not doing it. So it's like you've just come out of that and you've done stuff your way and it's worked out. And people, they respect it. They're like, you didn't get no help? What? You did it by yourself? All right. And you know what's sad? I feel like a lot of people are not going to say this to you, but they love you for it. A lot of people are going to keep this to themselves because it's admirable, but there's also a bit of envy there because it's like, how come I didn't think to do that and pile number 3 did? You know what I mean? It's crazy. All right, cool. You guys evolved. There's a lot of black in the cards, so black kind of represents transformation and evolution to me. So you've evolved with no help. You said, I'm going to do this. I don't care if no one's backing me. I don't care if no one's funding for it. I'm going to fund for it. I'm going to find a way to do it. I'm going to study this. I don't care what backlash I get. I'm going to do it. And guess what, guys? You did it. And people are like, wow. Some of you are currently still doing it. And people are like, wow, you ain't got cussed yet? No one's dragged you by it yet? No, they haven't. Because pile number 3 is that B, okay? Pile number 3 is that guy. They're going to keep doing what they need to do to, get the life they want, and no one's going to stop them. And I respect you for that. Pile number 3 as well. Okay, why do people love pile number 3? Dried flower fairy, sweet memories. I feel like to get to the position you got to, guys, a lot of people had to go. They had to go. And you know what? I don't think you actually told people, go away, never speak to me again. I think because you elevated in life by yourself, some people got left behind. I don't think you actively said, bye, see you. I think, you had stuff to do. Maybe they removed themselves or the universe just removed them, meaning obviously they're still on the planet, but they can't come in your area anymore. That's what I mean by the universe removed them. So it's kind of like people always remember your energy. They remember you because she has the butterfly wings behind her. They remember you as someone that was always different, that was always going to transform. And I think some of them try to hold you back, some of these people, like because they didn't want you to leave them. But like you just said, I'm going to grow and do what I need to do anyway. And you just keep evolving and evolving and evolving. And you keep changing the game. You keep doing something new that hasn't been introduced yet, especially in your community. So it's like people just miss you. They miss the good times they had with you. A lot of exes miss you. It's that you glowed up. Some of them got with you, yeah, and you wasn't at the position you were at now. So when they was with you, they were taking you like they were taking advantage, or they were just taking the mickey because they thought you ain't even all that. Like I got you. They saw potential, but they said you ain't all that though, and they messed up. Whatever, I know they messed up, and you guys are kind of like, okay, cool, whatever, and you moved on with your life, and you've just glowed up dramatically, and they're upset by it. They're like, oh, I actually treated this girl or this guy like they was a nobody, and now they've just evolved. What? And they also feel like they're not even on your wavelength, so they can't even come back. So they feel like even if they tried to come back, you'd be like, do you know who I am? You thought I was the old pile number 3? Nah, B, we upgraded out here. I'm the new pile number 3. Get with it. Get on the wavelength, You're not on the same wavelength, bye. Some of you may not even be like that. Some of you are kind of like, I mean, I don't care what wavelength you're on as long as you're not holding me back. If you, work as something, that doesn't make as much money as I do. Okay, cool, whatever. Like, but I'm still gonna keep evolving, right? So some of you may have that type of mindset, but you have to understand, like, some exes, they're not gonna want to come back if they see that you're like doing very, very well, because they feel like they're not gonna be on the same level. Especially if you're a woman, like they're just gonna be like, yeah, I'm done out here. She can't speak to me. She won't speak to me. She's gonna find someone on her level. So that's how they're feeling. Yeah, they're wanting to get back with you because the drive for Alpha is upright, and we have 11 at the top, and 1 + 1 is 2. 2 is about, you know, getting along with each other, relationships, partnerships, and they're just like, you're probably not going to want a partnership with them, or and some of them feel like you're already in a relationship with someone else, and you may not actually be in one. So it's like some of your old friends might feel like you have a new best friend and they're not involved anymore. Like some of them feel like you're going to find a new best friend and they're going to get left behind. Like that is really the vibe. So I'm so sorry, guys, but you're just amazing. Like it's crazy. I don't even think, and it's not even like you guys are doing the most. You're just like, I'm a hustler and I'm gonna find a way to get what I want. And I don't care if you guys don't like it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I respect it. You guys are very strong-willed people and a lot of people love it. They're watching from the outside. They're like, yes, you can't get in, babe. You can't. But they want to, you know? Okay. What do people love about pile number 3? Yeah, that one. Pop off. Yeah, I knew it. We have I am Kali, from death comes rebirth. Yeah, you guys have changed into someone completely new. Like, you are not the same person you was a year ago, or you are not the same person you was a couple years ago. I think I'm getting years, so like between 1 year and let's say 10 years, cool. You're not the same person you was in between that time, and they're just like, wow, like you've actually changed. You mean business, guys. You mean business, and people see you're not playing, you're not messing around. Yeah. People love how you speak as well. Okay, that's interesting. Why though? I'm not feeling a why. Oh, what? Okay, cool. Because she's wearing like skulls, Kelly, on her necklace. It's the kind of like the way you speak is so life changing. Like when you speak, people have to really evaluate their life. They're like, well, shit then. Oh, it's like you make people stare into space. You make people go in their room and stare into space for like maybe 2 hours and then come out and, you know, try and sort out their life. Like that's the type of vibe you bring. Like it's very, very life changing. You make people really sit down and think, and you've just become this very deep person. Some of you you could be this could be avatar readers, this could be very like spiritual people. Or even if you're not spiritual, there's just whatever you chose to do that was, you know, against the social norm, you're kind of like the leader or the teacher in it at this point. And you could teach so much people about it, and whatever you can teach them, it can actually change their life, financially, spiritually, emotionally. It can change it, like, and what you say is so powerful. It's so powerful. It can change someone's life like that. And that's how people feel, and that's why people love you. You're not stagnant. You constantly evolve. And then we have 13 on the card, so 1 + 3 is 4. So you guys have created your own stability, whether that is you've created spiritual stability for yourself. So you have become true to yourself when it comes to your being connected to spirit. And people feel like, okay, cool, you understand yourself on a spiritual level. You seriously understand yourself. If it's financially, people are like, you understand how to make this money and in the best way for you. It's crazy. Some of you you could have, you know, recently had a child, and people are like, that's changed you to become this amazing person. Like, You know, some people say, you know, babies change you, and they actually do. But your child or children have changed you into this loving, amazing person, and people just can't believe it, basically. So for a lot of people, they feel like your child had a lot to do with this change. And her lipstick is red, right? So whatever you say you're gonna do, babe, you do, and you have no regrets about it. Why? Because you're constantly changing, you're constantly evolving. So if you say you're gonna do something, you're going to do it, and people know that about you. Part number 3. Damn, you guys are very driven, innit? I'm loving it. Okay, let's get more information. Why do people love pile number 3? Why do people love pile number 3? Again, Apache fear. Yeah, for a lot of you, this part's quite spiritual as well. Quite similar to part number 2 in terms of spirituality. Okay, whatever you have decided to do, people, it's kind of like, whatever you do, people are kind of scared to do that. They're like, I could never do that. You see, part number 3, there's something else. I could never do what they're doing. And you do it. And people love that you're basically fearless, and people love that you kind of scare other people with what you do. Like, a lot of people are intimidated by you, pile number 3, and a lot of people, obviously the people that are not so the people that are intimidated by you, I wouldn't say they love. Well, let me think about this. Your intimidation is very attractive, basically. So let's say, for example, if let's say you're a heterosexual man, if you're and I accept all sexualities on my channel. I'm just using an example right now. So let's say you're a heterosexual man and you've accumulated money in a way that not much men in your area know how to do. You may intimidate these men because they're like, how do I do that? How do I do that? But then let's say the women that have seen this, they're extremely attracted to it because they can see that you intimidate the other men just with your knowledge of how to make more money, and in a way that they are too scared to do. You know what I mean? So there's attraction there. Do you know what I mean? I don't really know how to apply that to other, you know, is it sexual orientations? But you would know how that applies. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that element of fear that you give other people, and that element of fear that of what you do, it attracts people. They really love it. They're like, wow, Panafri's a daredevil. They're a daredevil. I'm loving it. They got these men out here shook. They got these females out here shook. Yes, they're not to mess with. I want a piece of that, you know? Come on. Okay. Why do people love power number 3? Garuda travel in reverse. Okay. Interesting. Some of you didn't have to leave the country to do what you're doing. What did that have to do with anything? That must resonate with someone. Okay, so as people kind of feel like, you see what you're doing, you would basically have to travel and, you know, to probably different country and do that to basically get success from it. But you've basically stayed where you are, and you've done it, and you still get the success that you need. So I feel like whatever you're doing, a lot of people kind of like, you can't do that here, you can't do that in these ends, you gotta be in another country to be doing all that. Like, that's not gonna work out. And guess what, B? It did. It worked out. And people just shocked that you didn't even have to travel to do all that. It's like, wow, okay. So they really are impressed by that. They're loving it. Some of you, if some of you are homebodies, because remember you can accumulate money in any type of way, right? There's no limit. So if some of you are homebodies, people like that about you. If you didn't know, I don't know why. Maybe okay, to be fair, there's some people out there that don't like popular people. They don't like people that are always on show. I don't really know why that is, but yeah, they don't like it. So when they see someone like you who's a homebody and is reserved and not much people know you, they're like, yeah, I'm liking that. Not the whole world doesn't know you is great. It's amazing. So guys, I am a Sagittarius Moon. I don't really understand that. If anything, I'm that card upright. So I don't understand what's going on there. But that's what some people like, you know. Right. What do people like about paranormal? No, it's too many cards. I just want one more. People like about no, what the hell? I just need one more card. Okay, they gave me two. Okay, forget this. Whatever, I'll just take the two because maybe you really need to know. We have Mithras sacrifice in reverse and Helios cycles in reverse. So you do not sacrifice anything for your goals. What? No, that didn't make sense. Let me start that again. I guess when it says sacrifice, it means you're not sacrificing your goals. That's what I mean to say. So whatever you're doing, you're not sacrificing it. You're not sacrificing it for a lover. You're not sacrificing it for a good time. You're not doing it. You have a goal and you're going to achieve it. And no one's going to take you off your goal. They can't do it. You're not having it. So a lot of people like that. Okay, cool. No one can sway pile number 3 from their goals because it's just not going to happen. And people that are impressed by this are probably around people that are very easily swayed. They're probably around people that are quitters. You know what I mean? And you guys are kind of like, I'm not quitting. You think because you want to have sex with me, I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do because I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. So I don't know what you thought. Like, you guys are kind of like, no woman, no man, no good time is going to stop me from doing what I need to do. So there's just no sacrifice there. And as I said, that's liked and loved and is very respected. Yeah, this pile, so much respect for you, I have to say. Helios cycles in reverse. You don't stop. That's a nice way to end this reading as well. You don't stop, you don't quit. Even if something's not going your way, you're like, cool, it didn't work out this way, so I'm gonna try another way to get the same goal. I don't quit out here. We ain't quitters, we carry on. We find a new way to do it and we achieve it. That's what we're doing. That's what you guys do. Like, you try again. You dust yourself off and try again. You try again. You don't quit. You know what I mean? And people like that. You're not a quitter. You're not a quitter. That's why I said for your relationships, like, I don't think you said, like, go away, never speak to me again, and meant it. I think, like, you always was going to speak to your partners, even if they wasn't on the same level as you, in other areas, and they felt away and they sabotaged the relationship, and you guys are just kind of like, what the fuck did I do other than, focus on my goals? What the hell? I gave you attention, like, come on now. But I was never going to sacrifice you for my goals. You must be crazy. Like, it was that type of vibe, and they couldn't take it and they just left you guys. But it ain't a problem, because people feel like, as I said, if you're with someone, people are happy that you're with someone now that's on the same wavelength as you. And if you're not with someone right now, people that you're gonna be with, like a top don, or you're gonna be with like an empress, like you're going to be with someone on your level. But I am going to use the playing cards for additional messages on my Patreon. So if you would like to subscribe to my Patreon, you can. The details are in the description box below. If you like this reading, subscribe to my channel, and if you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But I'm gonna go now. Bye guys.